Do you struggle making decisions? Do you find yourself getting stuck in doubt, questioning the choices and decisions that you do make, and eventually confusing yourself and overwhelming yourself? If any of this is true for you, you likely struggle with confidence. And to better understand confidence, we need to look at what the root meaning of that word means. Confidence stems from the Latin confidere, which means to have full trust. So if you struggle with confidence, you also struggle with trusting yourself. At the heart of cultivating self-trust is being one with your word. Now, there's an old Anglo-Saxon word related to the word word, and that word is W-Y-R-D, and that's related to the word W-O-R-D, our modern usage of the word word. But this old Norse derivation, this older word W-Y-R-D, literally translates into the word fate or destiny. And so these Vikings, these Germanic tribes from the 5th century, saw their usage of words as their literal fate, their literal destiny. That is how integrated they were with their word. Literally what they spoke, what came out of them, the noises that they made became their fate. There was no division, no separation between their words and their actions. You, on the other hand, don't have that, which is why you lack confidence. Your words literally mean nothing. You speak words and there's no substance behind them. You make all these mouth noises and no one takes you seriously. You don't take yourself seriously because you know how often you've broken your own word. If you want confidence, if you want to be rooted in substance, if you want what you say to have depth, if you want people to take you seriously, if you want to take yourself seriously, and show up in the world with more confidence, then you need to take your words more seriously. So how do you do that? I used to really struggle with this. When I was younger, I had a hard time being one with my word. I would say things, I would make agreements with friends to, let's say, go out to dinner after work, and when 5 o'clock rolled around, I would just cancel last minute because I found it inconvenient. I had other plans or other things that I wanted to do instead of doing what I said I'd be doing. So I just showed up as a flaky friend in the eyes of others, and they stopped believing what I said. I stopped believing what I was saying. But what I didn't realize was that what I was actually doing, besides being a flaky friend, was eroding my own self-trust, and in turn, eroding my own confidence. If you're not one with your word, if I'm not being one with my word, what that means is when it comes time to make really important life decisions, you won't have the confidence. I didn't have the confidence to face the unknown, to face uncertainty, and to know that I could go over and against it, or let's say overcome it, because I didn't cultivate that self-trust that you need to rely upon yourself when you are facing the unknown, when you are facing uncertainty. And so what that leads to is, in my case anyway, and maybe this is true for you, is a sense of trying to control an outcome, trying to control the quote future into having it be the way that my little ego wants it to be, so that I feel safe, so that it's predictable, so that it's familiar. So, and really in turn, what's happening is that I'm living in accordance to the past, and I'm trying to project that past into my future, into a predictable pattern that I find recognizable, so that I feel safe and comfortable, and so that it's familiar for me, for my ego. That's what we resort to when we're not one with our word. When we lack self-trust, we can't choose anything other than what we've chosen in the past, because we don't have the capacity to trust that we will be okay in light of uncertainty, in light of feeling out of control. And so in turn, what that leads to is a lack of confidence in our abilities, in ourselves, a lack of confidence in others, in our interpersonal relationships. So this really is at the heart of many of our issues, and it all stems from being one with your word. So if you want to cultivate self-trust, if you want to have depth in what you say, to have substance to the words that you speak out into the world, to have them become your fate, your destiny, then you need to cultivate a sense of being one with your word. And in doing so, confidence will naturally arise. Peace.